pride at stake. It'll be the replacement for the Dealer Week competition this year. I am Stefan Morris. I used to be Stephen Morris until that really cute French Geo called me Stefan. So from now on I'm going to be Stefan. And if I look like I'm suffering from a case of terminal relaxation, that's because that's exactly where I'm heading these days. And I'm afraid that that might start afflicting the rest of you too. And you might decide by the end of the week that you never want to haul around another 500-pound Sequoia. That's right, 600-pound Sequoia. Talking about this trip and using it as a way to introduce you to what our primary business strategy was in terms of the introduction of the CDW line and the dual brand strategy in your stores. And we created a trip to paradise and a scoring system that gave you points and paradise dollars for selling both brands. I know the formulation was a little bit complicated, and some of you still don't know how you earned your trips, but you're here. Anyway, the point is that you are the people who made it happen. You're the ones who achieved your goals. You helped us achieve many of our goals at the same time. So thank you very much. And whatever fun you have this week, you totally deserve it. I wanted to introduce some of the Vermont Castings staff who are here today, so you would be able to associate the name and the face. Lon Garrison and Lon's wife Joyce are here. I can't believe it. Our Mid-Atlantic sales rep, John King, who's over here. You want to come up and tell us a joke, John? No, okay. Good, you've been spared. Our Midwest account manager, Millie Chase, has joined us. There. And our Jill of all trades for the Canadian market. She handles Canada while handling Korea, Japan, and Australia at the same time. Ricky Christopher. Otherwise known as the Redhead. And we also have Dennis Dillon, his wife Cheryl. Dennis. Now, someone turned to Dennis on the snorkeling boat today and said, who are you? He said, Dennis Dillon. They said, where are you from? He said, Vermont. What do you do there? He says, I'm in charge of manufacturing operations. And the guy said, good, I have something I want to talk to you about. So if you have something you want to talk to Dennis about, that's right. He's the guy with the pink shirt. You might want to ask Dennis about his experience in the conga line last night. But I'll just give you the punchline. The girl turned around and hit him. In the last couple months, as Vermont Castings has gone through a lot of volatile times, there's been a real stable hand at the helm, and that's Jerry Solomon, who's here with his wife, Sheila. Jerry, where'd you go? Oh, that's Jerry and Sheila. And of all the accomplishments of which Jerry is most proud, I think hitting 3 jumpers in a row on the basketball court. Over me. That's right. Ranks right up there. I don't know where you were yesterday when we lost 11-1. And finally, some people say, well, you must have a really good job getting to scout out all these great places that we go to on these travel incentive programs. And the truth is that I didn't get to scout this one out. So the person who did is here with her husband, Phil. And Sandy has put a lot of work into this trip, not only in terms of what's happening here today, but through the formulation and tracking that's occurred over the last year and a half. So it all comes down to having a good time in the next few days, right, Sandy?
That's what he's trying to say. You thank me if you didn't understand your tracking and the formulation of the data. I think we have a sense for the first time of the size of the group. There are nearly 270 guests here this week who are associated with Vermont Castings. The club has a capacity of about 620, and it is booked to full capacity, so we represent nearly one-half of the guests this week. Just out of curiosity, I'm interested in how many of you participated in our first travel incentive program to Hawaii, the Aloha Challenge. And how many were with us in Ireland 2 years ago? Quite a few. How many of you are on all trips, make the whole three? It's terrific. This trip is very much unlike the others that we have done in that there is little structure and a very light agenda, both in terms of business and social events. Tonight is an opportunity for us to kick off the program and allow you to renew acquaintances and make some new friends. And other than that, you have an opportunity every evening at dinner to come together in the main dining room. There's reserved seating for Vermont Castings guests. And our next time together formally will be on Thursday. We thought by that time you might want to get off this island, and so we reserved another. It's called Blue Lagoon, and it's ours for the day exclusively. We'd like you to attend. We've planned a full day of activities. We'll be leaving here at 10. We'd like to board this double-decker ferry that you won't be able to miss in the harbor at 9:45. We'll, on the boat to go out, wine, beer, punch, box lunches. So everything's provided. We hope that you'll plan to come. And we'd like to take a group photo just before we board on that day, so that you'll have that as a remembrance. The strong suit of this Club Med is the tennis program, and the clinic starts tomorrow. And I would encourage you, if you've not played before, this might be a time to start. If you want to improve your game, this is a good place to do it. On the day that we go out to the island, there should be no interference with your clinic. You can pick up an early morning class or a late class when the castings can take on the rest of Club Med. There will be awards that night, and there's a tennis tournament, mixed doubles tournament on Thursday, but we'll have our own tennis tournament on Friday for those of you who participate in the clinic. And Friday evening is our farewell dinner. That will be in the main dining room starting at 7:30. Bill Zellen, who is the Executive Vice President at Robo Associates, and his wife Paula. Patty Ranger is the trip director for the program. Patty? And Mary Jane Jackson and Maureen Timms are the two other trip directors. Maureen was with us in Ireland also.
Hughes. Speak with an accent, I would respond to that. I promised Steve I would be very brief, and I'll keep my promise. I wanted to address what I feel, and I think you feel, are some pretty critical issues. And first and foremost, Vermont Castings and its new parent. I've heard a few comments since we've been here that Pacific Corp is a bank, and it's not. Pacific Corp is a $3.5 billion public utility company servicing 8 of the northwestern states. And when one considers some of the difficulties and the volatility that Vermont Castings, has been experiencing over the last couple of years, we're rather fortunate now to have a parent like Pacific Corp and the resources that they can provide to us, and we look forward really to a long period of stability and growth with them. And mentioning volatility, I think it's rather important to note that when you look at Vermont Castings and its performance over these last couple of difficult years, one has to recognize that we're dealing with a product that has a tremendous name. We're dealing with a group of people up in Randolph, Vermont, and out in the field, and a dealer network that is second to none. And I think we have performed as well as we have over those last couple of years because of those factors. And what's important now that stability has arrived, we can now turn our minds totally towards really aggressively building the business. And that will mean a much more aggressive stance on our part in terms of new product development, and I can promise you that you're going to see a very active new product program coming out of Vermont Castings over the next several years. Additionally, we're taking a long, hard look at all of our resources, and we're very, very hopeful, with a strong management team and perhaps some participation on my part, to develop programs that will not only build the business for Vermont Castings, but really build business for the entire industry, because I feel very, very positively that that can be done. And that is my commitment to the folks at Vermont Casting, and that's my commitment to you as, what I believe and come to believe is probably the strongest dealer group in the United States today, and in Canada, and in the four corners of the earth. So as Steve said, congratulations to you all for being here, and we look forward to a very long and prosperous relationship and many, many years of growth. And have a great time for the rest of the week. Thank you.
Okay, well, that was that wild cocktail party we just finished up with there. By the way, Jeff and Karen, we're really having a terrible time here. It's really awful. The weather's just terrible. Oh, and then we're going to the Blue Lagoon tour after this. Stay tuned. Cut!